that application program interface that is preparing the live stream, setting it up to YouTube, and Zoom is allowing me to still be in its environment. And the advantage is it can be live in YouTube as well as live for us in Zoom. So we have another backup that we can. And for your projects, when we are going to be doing Wix, we're going to be, I'll show it to you, but we're going to be using their business version, which allows us to have Zoom, and we can connect to, we can go connect and make a Zoom conference as well. Okay, so I have everybody's face. Michelle, I don't see you. I just see your forehead. So if you can adjust your camera so we can see at least your face here. And everybody's set. Okay. And Kayla, Tatiana, are we okay? We're a little bit in the dark there, but we can see you. Okay. Any questions, Kayla?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Okay, welcome everyone. I've been trying to do a Loom as well. I've been having some issues with that, but if that doesn't work, we'll pass on it. Okay, welcome. So today I want to go over our projects and talk about the semester, and we'll talk about that. So Audria, when is our exam?
I don't know.
Look it up. So when is our exam? Look in the announcements, it should say.
Our next exam is April 17th.
Right. So we don't want to be, I don't know, because I don't know is I came online and I don't know, there was no one online. So April 17th, put that in your notes, put that in your calendar, put that on your alarm, right? That we need to be April 17th back together in person. Hopefully everybody will be well physically, that I won't be infected by any of your viruses, okay? So we will be, April 17th will be our in exam. It will cover the same format as it was last time. Those of you that need extended time will have it as well. Okay, so I just want to announce every time just to remember on that. Okay, the second thing I want to do is, some of you were having issues this weekend doing the adaptive assignment in Wiley Plus. It probably is Wiley Plus's server, their cloud services that were giving us issues. But what I found out is it mostly helped if you switched browser and went to Chrome. Somehow Firefox was giving people issues, Safari was giving issues. So if you go to Chrome, it seemed to work. They had that little sad face there and said try again, which was very annoying to me to see because it was not helpful at all. So that is one thing that I want to share with you. And Jennifer and Sam, if you have your cameras on, and if there's any issue, you'll put that in the chat. Okay. Any questions? So let me share the screen. I'll focus in on our project, and I'll focus also on what's due for Wednesday and what is due for next week. So let me share my screen with you. I have everyone up and running. So let me share. You all can see my screen. And you all see yourself, part of you see you kind of always end up seeing those that come on time to the class. Okay, so I'm going to my, that's H1. I want to go to my J. I want to go to what's due. Always what's due, right, Audrey? If I ever want to see what's due, I always go to what's due. I'm going to do my edit mode off so I have my what's due just like I see today. Today was Tech 3 Cloud under the exercises and quizzes. Under the assignments, cloud computing in Wiley Plus. I wanted you to read through these two links, which was Azure, Microsoft, and Azure, as we talked about, was the cloud service name for Microsoft called Azure. A similar one is called AWS, Amazon Web Services, and basically answering the questions of what is cloud computing, what are the benefits. I'd even put, what are the types of cloud computing, explaining public, private, and hybrid, the types of cloud services of internet, is basically infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. So infrastructure, meaning that I'm going to get another computer, I'm going to get other hard drives, I'm going to get more memory. Platform is operating system, like I need to get Windows, I need to get a Linux. And S is for software as a service, and you can think most software I can get via a browser. And what are the use of cloud computing? What are the examples by industry? And here is how does generative AI, you should have read that today. Many of you did not. And what is artificial intelligence with these questions? So if you think about that, Audria, these could be possibilities of what? Of questions, those open-ended questions for the next exam. And I'll go over that, the generative AI with you and the subfields of AI. And you see that March 27th, which is in 2 days, what I'd like to see here is you need the draft of a business tech proposal. We'll be going over that today. And you need my sign off of what I approve for you to continue doing your project. The project presentation will be the last day of class. People were asking me about the final. Our second exam will be April 17th at class time. And you will present the last day of class, and you will, based on my suggestions for improvements, you will turn in your final project the day of the final exam posted. Questions on that? Spencer, anything that I need to answer?
No, all set.
Okay, all set. Okay, so we got the what's due. The what's due is the quiz on chapter 14. So let me make under assignments and quizzes, make sure that chapter 14 is available to you. And let me go to edit test options. And in edit test options, I see make available to students, make a new announcement. The multiple sessions are 2. And I submit. And I submit, and in this way, Zachary, do you see it under your end? Yes, no, maybe?
One sec, hold on.
That's why we have
Go
each
to the
other.
class.
So under assignments and quizzes, do you see chapter 14?
Yeah.
Perfect. And I need to make artificial intelligence the adaptive assignment. I need to edit. I think this is okay. Make it go in to the assignment. Open the assignment. And notice that no students have taken it because it wasn't available, right? And I see then that practice. Let me just make that available. And now I have to go to options, edit the assignment. And under edit the assignment, I go to next step. I'm going to have it for practice only. And next step, and I'm going to set a due date. And I'm going to assign it to the entire class rather than just Jericho. And then I'm going to go to next. The due date will be, can you imagine, where did March go? To April 1st, available. Should be okay. Save, and saving your assignment. So you should be able to see it, and I have then your information. So it's going to cover then introduction to artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep neural nets, and artificial intelligence. And if I go to web links, so that's there. We're okay. So I have my assignments, my quizzes, my Wiley Plus, and then if I go to what's due, I'm able then to see what's due for this quiz of chapter intelligence and the Wiley Plus. Questions? I'm okay, Spencer?
Yeah.
Okay. So the next thing, as you know, is we had the assignment due before class. And I asked you to look at that. And I'll look at it is draft then those business tech proposals. And if I looked under that business tech proposal, under exercises, I can see that I had the screencasting under that we had under the exercises that we did before, and under project, you see that this is the business tech proposal. You can download this, and then if I go to find J audit, I should under project groups. So under project, we had groups before, and this was to do a lot of our own work that we had. And then notice that we had just on that format of name if I looked at each of these being records and I had 3 fields, I'd have name, I have email, and I have cell number. And then under group projects, I said that if you wanted to, you can make changes to that. So for instance, I have group 1, 2, and I said that 5 was the maximum. 3, if Luke, you want to fill in your information, shouldn't be just blank there, right? You can do that as I'm going. Group 4 and group 5. So let me stop sharing. And of course, when I'm stop sharing, I need to have everybody's camera on. And my question, and Michelle and Ethan, if I can get your cameras on. Is Michelle and Ethan here? Okay, Ethan and Michelle, are you here?
Yeah, sorry, I just went to the bathroom real quick.
Okay, that's allowed. We don't track that. Okay, Michelle, if hopefully Michelle will come up. Okay, among those, raise your hand if you are not in a group. Everyone in a group here? So on the first group there, Noah, okay, isn't my first one, you can even put Noah and Jonah and Jamie and Kyla. Okay, so Noah, in this case, make yourself another group and add in the project and the 4, and what do you hear? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll have you then be in that group. So put yourself in that group. No, you're going to make yourself number 1 in that next one. What is it? Group 6. Put in group 6 then your information. We can have, I'd rather have 4 to a group, and then Julia, you want to make yourself another group, and then we can add additional one. Joseph, you want to add to Julia's group?
Yeah, I can add to that group.
Okay, so in this case, Michelle, are you in a group?
No, I'm sorry. I had to do with some maintenance people, so I had to meet I had to like
Okay, but do you have a group?
Yeah, well, from the previous project.
No, I'm talking about in the project group.
No, I don't.
Okay, so then you need to go to project group. Are you in the audit section?
Let me go to it.
Yeah, you need to go to the audit section. This is the first thing we need to do, is make sure that everybody is in a group called the project group. Is that what it's called?
Okay, yes, I see it.
Okay, so put yourself at the last one. And Julia, did you make yourself another group? Julia?
I was gonna join a different group.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna need to do it.
Wait,
So
how many people are in each
I
group?
would like 4 people to max. Some people have
Okay.
made 5, but I would rather prefer 4. 3 to
Okay.
4 is really good. So in this case, Joseph, if you, in this case, you want to make yourself another group, and who else? And Patrick, are you, you want to show your face?
Wait, do I join group 6 or do I make a group 7?
Make a group 7, Michelle.
Okay.
Make group 7, and then people can join you
Okay.
as people are coming in. Patrick, are you in a group?
Yeah.
Project group? What group number are you in, Patrick?
I'm not really sure the exact number.
Well, then go check that
All right,
exact
I
number.
will.
Okay? 4 people per group. Spencer, can you help in this essence, getting everybody,
Yeah.
hurting everybody?
Mhm.
In order for us to do it. Jonah, you in a group now?
I'm figuring it out.
Figuring it out. So we got Michelle, just who ended up doing that. What's your group number, Michelle?
I'm group 7, but I hold on. I just had it, like I made it and my name was in it, and now it just went away. Hold on. Yeah,
And
there's a group 7. I can't add my name to it.
So why not? Are you in project, you just need to edit, right?
Yeah, it's not letting me edit the folder number.
Why not?
Oh wait, never mind, it is. Okay.
All right, never mind. That's a good sign right there, right?
Yeah,
Right? Because what do we have? What role does everybody? Everybody should be able to do all the edits, right?
yeah. So if anyone wants to be in my group.
That's the beauty of it. Okay? So who else is not in a group? If we can make sure, Spencer, if we can assess that. Okay, so I'm now, we can work it through. Okay, so I'm going to share. I'll have Spencer reach out to Spencer here if you're having some issues there that we can do it, because before we can go, I need to sign off by Wednesday. Wednesday, I will sign off for each project. So we need to make sure we do it today, because Wednesday, before Wednesday, you need to meet with the group and you need to work this out. So let me start. I'm starting with group 0. Group 0 right here. I have 3 members in this group. I have Dylan, Spencer, and Daniel. Dylan and Spencer have been with me before in the previous ones, and they have basically done their projects. In this case, I have another project proposal that is a project proposal, one project idea followed by another, followed by, I would like you to have 3 project ideas. When you're coming up with these 3 project ideas, I require one of the generative AI tools to be another member of your group. So for instance, you can have more than even one. So you could have ChatGPT, you could have Copilot Microsoft.com, Gemini by Google, Claude, to actually be part of your group. So when you're trying to figure out what ideas you want to do, is basically prompt them. And even when they give an idea, take what copilotmicrosoft.com gives and feed it into, copy it and feed it into Gemini. And maybe Gemini has a better idea, or Claude 2 has a better idea. So this needs to be, I want you to actually, from the beginning, every group needs to brainstorm with a generative AI tool. So when you say nothing exists here, we're making sure that Gen AI tool will give us ideas. So if you look at it, up to now, we were using groups. From now on our project, we're going to be using the tab project groups. So if I look, I have group 1, I have group 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. In this case, basically, in this case, move 9, Noah, to after 8, right? So you can just move it down, right? I'll do it for you, is that, right, that we have group 9. So, and Michelle, you want to be able to put, and Martin and Jerry, hopefully you know what your email and phone is. You want to be able to do that.
Yeah, I put it. I don't know why it's like not updating.
Okay, so basically go in again and figure it out. Okay,
Alright.
so under group 1, if I go to group 1, I see project proposals. I see it blank. Okay, so in this case, at least have, if you want, everybody should at least have this part where you have a folder with idea 1, idea 2, idea 3, and then when you go within this, you'll see, put at least, if you haven't had anything in there, the template should appear. So you can do that now as I'm going through each of the project groups. And in group 2, is the same thing. You should put that through. And in group 3, at least we have here project proposal. We have this part, and then we need basically in this part, if I go to that, in group 3, this is going to be the idea, and within this business and so forth, for idea 1, 2, and 3, you want that within the project proposal. So you can, from the front, give me the overview of what 3 ideas you are, and then when I go into it, you'll give me idea 1, 2, and 3. So follow the template of right here. Project proposal, the ideas, names, and then within it, basically here. And then Haley, Paige, Kayla, and Iris. Great. If you look at group 4, they did a nice idea just in at least presenting it, a project proposal, idea 1, 2, and 3. And then from each of those, you can do that now too, of putting in the template for group 4, put the template in now that you can arrange it. And then I have Zachary, Jeremy, Chase, and Jonah. And in this case of group 5, project proposal, consulting the name of our company, not every, so our missions create opportunities for, if I go back to this, what was that? Was that group 5? So in this case, in group 5, we want to change and make sure, who put this in?
I did.
Who is I? Who's speaking?
Zach.
Zach. So Dak, it's good. So first of all, Zach, you want to change it that you make it as a folder, right? And this will be just one project proposal in there. Kane Salting's name, our missions create opportunities outside their sports. Not every athlete has the ability to create, opportunities. We also want to make sure getting them. We use a help, look over, easier to make, the vital information, hidden clauses. So what is it? So what is it exactly? Tell me then, Zach, what exactly you propose?
I'm trying to like create like it's basically a company to help with NIL because it's such a messy
And what is
it's such a
NIL?
messy name, image, and likeness deals. It's how college athletes make money now. But it's such a
Right,
messy
like an
thing that
NFT, right?
sure,
But
yeah.
they can use their image, okay? So what do you
Yeah.
want to be?
I want to be a way to help make them
So
easier to
you want to be like
access.
an agent or what?
It's kind of, I guess.
And how do you want to use, and just for NIT, so what you need to do, we will use, so basically what I would do is, in that case, first find out, did you notice, is anybody doing something like that even without AI?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, probably, yeah. So one of the things, and this will be for everyone, not including Zach, at least he started with something, is what I would do, Zach, and you work with your group as one idea, and then later on we'll see whether we want to do that, or maybe we'll decide on something else. How many people do you have in your group?
4.
4, okay. We'll see. Is a possibility even to do 2, but in this case is I want you to brainstorm with like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude, more than one AI tool. And the first questions you want to know is when you prompt, you want to put your idea down, see if this exists. What is your closest competitor? And then see, is anyone adding AI or generative AI? Tools? And if not, ask then the AI Jen, how can Gen AI aid in the process? So it may be in recruiting, it may be in sending emails, right? It may be in writing bios. It may be in aiding in social media. And show examples. So one of the things it may be, what you could do is get even a sample, or almost like you wouldn't have to even use a real athlete, but almost as a sample there of how you would send emails, how you would write bios, how you could aid in social media in using some of these tools in promoting or creating then those NIL ops. Do you understand that, Zach?
Yeah,
Does that help?
yes, it does.
You understand? So if that were your consulting group, is helping, college athletes with more opportunities, then you could put there at that point, and it may be partly you teaching the athletes how to use some of these Gen AI tools to help them beef up what they have. And then you as a company are also using it. And you'll show then examples. And then it may be that you can then even do a comparison of these tools and show when one fits better than the other, or a combination of those, and show how you're doing it. So one is you can be a company that does it, but also how can they, as athletes, do it? How can maybe even their agent do it? And how can your staff then, using those AI tools, help promote them? And actually show examples. This is where we started. This is how we're setting it up with the emails for each of our, this is how we're going to set up the social media. This is how what documents do they need to know? Do you know in detail how to do this? Have you ever done anything like that?
Not really, but I'll
Okay,
figure it out.
but I'm
I'll
just
figure out
saying,
something.
so,
Yeah.
so if since you are so interested in sports, it could actually be a business, you understand? But first you want to see
Yeah.
what are I'm sure there are people helping, right? All those agents, if anybody smells money, then everybody's around it, right? Everybody wants a piece, right? If there's no money, then it kind of dies down, If there's no money, it's not charity. So I would do that, and then even if there weren't, and then pursue it. And what other ideas somebody else has in your group, you want to do those same activities. Does that make sense, Audrey? So whatever you're going to do, whatever you're going to consult, you want to use in the minimum. There's probably other, chat bots and things like that. But I'm even just thinking about the simplest ones, and in order to help us do the emails, everybody can use that, help us with the social media, help us, set up our blog posts, that we don't have to do it all the time. And then there's someone that works with it and prompts it, and you can show how different ways to prompting gets it better, because you usually just don't take it as is. Okay, so this was group 5. So you need to meet Zach for Wednesday, that every group has 3 ideas that I can come around and I can say, this is where I can even say 1 and 2 sound reasonable, I'll give you a choice. Or I say, you know, this one I think is better than the other. And let's go with it. So already, let me show you, everybody sees my screen. On Wednesday, on next Monday, the representative for Wix is going to be here. So what we'll start off, and you can even start, is creating a website, and they're using AI even in Wix. You know, like, what kind of website would you like to create? They're even helping write the text. And you can use their helper in the text in Wix. But what I'd like first for you to do is, and I'll go into a little bit more detail on Wednesday, even you can start trying it, is start with their free site. And then when we get the representative, she'll be giving us a code to upgrade. Let me go to pricing. To upgrade to the business. And if you see this, Zach, we're going to get upgraded to the business, where we'll get 10 people that can collaborate, which is good because we only have, up to most, we have 4 or 5. We'll get 100 gigs of storage space. We'll get a standard marketing suite, so we can look at someone in your group will be in charge of the marketing. We get a free domain name for a year. So Zach, if we took that for those opportunities, if it were good, you could then even sell the domain name. If it was a good domain name, Zach, you could sell it. You have the website there. You could sell the whole kit and caboodle and say, you know, for 20,000, 50,000, you can be part of it. Or Zach, you could say, I'll be a consultant. And when you go public, you'll just get shares. Why not? You know, if it's starting, let's not underestimate, right? And you say, hey, I don't want to continue or otherwise, but I like the idea that it's free for a year. So even after you leave me, I told you, just name your yacht after me. I don't even have to have a trip on your yacht, okay? Just call it Dr. Rush, put it on the back of your yacht. Just kidding, you don't even have to do that. Standard, I'll be humble. I'll just be so proud of you, that's all. Standard, but I'll let you know that I had a past student, he sold his domain name for 17,000, not bad. Right? It's better than, you know what I mean? And they offered him options to the company that wanted just even the domain name. They didn't even take the website. Okay, so and that's and then standard site analytics, so you can have somebody on that. You could even accept payments, standard e-commerce. And then you can even incorporate that where you could even have Zoom webinars. You can invite people that really know about that area. So you can say, well, we're going to have a student athlete or a past student athlete has really gotten those NIL opportunities, or some of those agents, or go-to thing here. So I just wanted to let you know on that. Okay, so this was group 5. So change this to right away then, Zach, and put your proposal just and copy it as group 0 did. So you have a folder here in this, but at least you put something. Okay, so regroup that. So this is group 5. If I look at group 6, then under group 6, just like this, make it like this then, Zach, of idea 1, idea 2, 3, and then the project proposal, then the same thing needs to be done of putting all your materials, right, Samuel, like all the other ones that have been done. And just make sure that everything has set. So this was Sam, and then group 7 was Michelle, Joseph, and Samira, Sam in group 7. So at least put that part in. So group 7, at least put in your proposal, that should be done by everyone by the end of right now. Just copy it as group 0. And group 8, what happened to Martin and Jerry? Julia, are they there? Let's fill it in. Is Martin here? And Jerry? Julia, did you put yourself in that group or what?
Yeah,
You added yourself to it?
yeah.
Okay, and Martin and Jerry, are they here? Josh, are you here? Josh Unger? So is anybody here from your group, Julia? You want to text them?
I think they are, but I'll text them.
Text them and at least get Martin and Jerry to put in their group information. And with the group then, Julia, you have to take over these guys, it looks like, and get them into shape, huh? That's or maybe pick another group. Okay, and group 9 then is great. Project proposal at least here. And then we need to do idea 1 and then put in all that, the template here of all their information. And project group of, I have of 9. So what I'd like you to think about, what type of project you can do it as consulting, is think about an industry or something that you know about or would like to know about. Some of the students before were doing like health. They were doing mental health, counseling for students. They were comparing different generative AI tools that people could use for basically therapy, one-on-one therapy that they can use on their own. Pi, let me just tell you, Pi by Inflection. Anybody hear about them? They're really good. It's called Pi by Inflection. Basically, they train this model, and I'll spend some time talking about AI and generative AI. They train this model to be empathetic, polite, and to be able, for instance, to do exercises. It can speak, converse. So for instance, you say, oh, I need to meditate. Can you give me meditation exercises? It will do it with you. So this can do, so you can do even like meditation, counseling. Other students were looking at testing, exam prep, using AI, healthcare, helping with wealth management. And make sure when you're looking at this is brainstorm with those Gen AI tools. Also, you can search asking one Gen AI to give you another, what are other good generative AI tools that you can use for a certain situation. Or I want to do a AI exam prep. Ask it to tell you, who are my competitors? How can I, this is a project I need to do. What should I look at? How should I proceed? As basically another brainstormer. And I give you credit for using that rather than discounting it. You just have to say that you're using it and not purport to be your own work. And then you'll modify it and you'll make it better. Prompting is another area to do. So if I look at this, then project groups, this should be all complete. And now when I go back, so group 2 only has 2 now. Is that a correct statement? So maybe in this case, you want to help then, and Spencer, in this case, if group 2 only has 2 people, maybe we can take some of those people, Spencer, that have like 5 from group 5, from group 5, and put one of those in group 2. And then Jay needs to, I don't know if Jerry's here, he needs to fill in the information, or you can fill in that information for him. Spencer, how are we doing?
We're doing good.
Okay, so Spencer, if you can get one of the group members to move over from group 2, now it only has 2 people. Move one of those from group 2, from group 5, or someone can volunteer from group 5 to go into group 2. I don't know if Jonah or
Dr. Rush, why wouldn't just the 2 kids in group 2 just they just move to different groups to have like 3 or 4 people?
yeah, that's what I said. No
Yeah.
big deal. That's what I think. Do it.
Yeah, but isn't the max 4 people? There's 5. in group
More.
5.
Yeah, well, is there any more than 5? Anyone else? Is that the only group that has 5?
Yeah.
That's the only group that has 5. Yeah, take 1 or 2 of them. Take 2 of them and bring them to group 2. The last 2 that were on, Preston and Justin. Or Joan, Preston and Jonah. Let's go. Okay. Any other questions? So we're ready? So if I go back, Audrey, what group are you in? 3?
I'm in group 3.
Okay, so at least in this case here, on group 3, what I want in group 3 project proposal, this part, just give me idea 1, 2, and 3, and then under project proposal, have all those ideas 1, 2, and 3. So this does not match. Does this match this one? If I look at group 0 again. Right? This is what it should look like under project proposal, idea 1, 2, and 3. And then under this, give me detail. Okay. And just clean that up where you have all those spaces. Group 2, clean that up. And group 5. Okay. Anything else I need? Stop sharing. So Julia, you we're okay now? You'll
Yeah.
take over? Good. Any questions about ideas? It's a fabulous opportunity. You get to choose whatever you have of interest. You get to gain more practice or more skills in using a lot of the AI tools. You get a free domain name. You get to keep it for a year, and then you can show it. So the idea, Zachary, nobody's going to ask you, show me your exam, your second exam. You think anybody cares with the second, but show me your project. You really can show a project, right? You'd be proud to show the project. So that's what I'm thinking. You can take it with you. You can do for the internships. And if you wanted to do it, Zachary, and then you can see for the others. So that's what I'm thinking about. You can take it with you. Here, that's what I have. And we're going to do, just so you know, we're going to have this. I don't know why people don't have their cameras on. You can see that this is an opportunity that every week we will have an assignment and it's due and we move on. So when I sign off on Wednesday, of your group project. You'll already then start looking at your competitors. You'll already start even playing around with all your AI tools, put it in. We'll be doing some videos. You can do short videos, recording. I'll show you how even to do podcasts. You can do podcasts using Zoom, using YouTube, using what they call Anchor to be able, Spotify, and you can get what we call an RSS feed that every time you add another episode, it will be then part of, be updated on all the sites. You can even, in this case, Zachary, even give that as an opportunity to teach the athletes how to do their own podcasts and maybe bring in other people, or you do it and then you can give that as a service, as a possibility. So again, you will be, one of the things I will require is what is each person in the group, what is their assigned tasks for the group. You will be graded on how well you do those tasks, plus the overall project. And also, there'll be peer review plus my review. In those people that slacked and didn't contribute as much will not get as much credit for it. What else? We'll present the last day of class. I'll give you feedback on it. Based on my feedback, you'll make a final recording in Zoom. You'll upload that and all your other materials at the time of the exam. Second exam will be April 17th. It will be the same format. I'm already giving you some open-ended questions, right, on the cloud computing, on the artificial intelligence. You'll pick 2 questions just like before, and then you'll have from the chapters. Questions. So how are we doing, Samuel? Welcome. Okay, great. I'm glad to see it. And that's what is exciting about it. All the skills, what you have, you say, hey, these are, I know about Gen AI, and then you can even go to these companies and say, I know just as much or probably more than these other people in the company that are struggling now. Everybody throws out the word AI. We'll talk about, I'll give lectures on what that really means, right? And what's the difference between regular computing versus AI, and what are we talking about in Gen AI is creating new content. That's why a lot of times they used to call it hallucinations. That's why many times if you ask that same question, you'll get different answers sometimes. And where does it work really well, this Gen AI, versus where else it doesn't work as well. And then, of course, you'll be, as consulting, you can tell them what are the risks as well. And how do you train all these people? It's not so simple. And maybe we need AI to train all those other people. Okay? Questions, comments? Spencer, what else did I forget?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, so let's do attendance, and then I'll stay with you after class. I'll answer any questions that you have about the project, any questions that you have about any other issues that I have and need to know. Okay, so let's share the screen. I need to go to my regular J section. I need to go to attendance. I need to go to check-in. I need to start check-in. And I have 11:47. Stay with me if you have questions. Otherwise, you need to meet with your groups. You need to come up with serious proposals that are complete. not just thrown out there, that we can proceed. Thank you,
Thank you.
and look forward to interesting groups, projects that I can learn about and get excited and say, hey, you should sell it. Or take it and pursue it.
Professor,
Yes.
I have a question. So I wasn't here
Sure.
last week for like the first time because I missed class just because I literally was not feeling like I've had
Okay.
such a rough
Why don't we do this? Let me start. Everybody has checked in. We don't, I
Yeah.
don't, Michelle, we don't need to, you remember the need to know? So is it something that everybody needs to know?
Well, I was just gonna say
11:47. So,
I missed the assignment.
oh, the assignment of what?
The ATS SMA backtesting and optimization one. Is there? Because I thought I did.
That was weeks ago.
Oh, well, then I did. Oh, I'm pretty sure I did it. I did because I met up with one of I went on
Okay,
Zoom.
so check with Spencer. Can you text Spencer, or Spencer, can you
It's a
maybe
separate
go?
assignment. I didn't see anything on there.
So why don't
Yeah.
we do this? Spencer, either you can talk offline with Michelle. Let me just stop.
Yes. Is
You
anyone can have
understanding? And then we
that-
can figure it out.
yeah,
Okay?
is it any way I can have your number?